All right, guys, you're welcome to Soft Sports TV. My name is Sasa P, and I have my brothers with me. Long time in I see the eyes, bro.
You know what
long,
it is.
long
When did you
time.
come in Jamaica? Calm down, no.
Oh my, I tell you, I tell
Uh-uh.
you, I tell you. You know, it's what happens when you're trying to console your brother after losing 4-0 to his rival.
see, see, I don't like this. That was so last week ago. Can we please move on? We're talking
Yeah,
about Nigeria and Ghana here.
yeah. Okay, let's move on. But before we move on, yeah, we started with the banter, but let's go into more celebrations. Congratulations to us. We just hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and thank you to
Woo!
all of you who subscribe to Soft Sports TV and keep following us. And please, we need you to engage with us more. You watch the video, you subscribe. It's okay, it's good. Also, drop some comments, okay? Share the video and like the video. Let's have more engagement. It will help us and it will also help you so we can give you more content, all right? Thank you once more. Now, let's go into what we have for today. Let's talk about the JOLLOF Derby. If you don't know what that is, that's what the Nigeria versus Ghana Derby match is now called these days. And it's the World Cup qualification game, the game between Nigeria versus Ghana. And it's a two-leg affair. The first leg will be in Ghana and the second leg will be in Nigeria. So guys, a lot of things have happened before this game will even go to the field of play. We have had issues off the pitch like selection of venue. I remember Ghana didn't pick a venue on time. They didn't even release their squad list on time. And everyone kept wondering what is happening. And I remember the video the former Nigerian striker, Daniel Amokachi, did where he was at the Abuja National Stadium. And he took a video of the National Stadium and it was like, we are ready, but I don't know if they are ready.
Yeah.
So a lot of things have happened. Today, Nigeria arrived at Ghana, and when they stepped down from the plane, the step was looking so awkward and old school, and a lot of Nigerians were not happy about it. And some Nigerians even threatened, to even say that the Ghanaians should bring their parachute because they will just fly from the plane when they come to Nigeria. So a lot of banters here and there before this game. But let's go into the footballing side of this game now. Guys, how do you see this game playing out? Nigeria, Ghana, two teams that are under a lot of pressure. They crashed out from the AFCON in a very disappointing way, and they are trying to win the love of their fans back. Who is going to win this great derby? Andy, let's start with you.
Well, first of all, I would love to talk about the two coaches, yeah, because I'm talking about Ata Otodo and Eguavon. These are two coaches that are new to the game. Like they are both, I can say, interim coaches at the moment, and they have a lot to prove. You understand? They have a lot because a lot is at stake. Definitely, I don't see if any of the coaches loses. If any of the coaches losing this match, we end up staying at the job. You understand? So I think this is very important when it comes to both coaches, so for their pedigree actually, because I'm talking about Eguavon, like you rightly said. If Eguavon loses this match, I don't ever see him getting a bigger role than this one. So, and the Ghanaians on their own part, I feel one of the reasons why they delayed in releasing their squad list, they were trying to play mind games with Nigerian. That's technically, they're trying to pick us off guard, you know. So even where they released the stadium that they were supposed to host in, it came in late. But all of this, I think, in as much as your mind games are quite important, but I feel it always actually boils down to the field of play when 11 players meet out on the pitch. So whoever has a more open and a more realistic game plan comes out with a victory. You understand? Because if we were to go back to Real Madrid and Barca, in as much as it hurts me to say this, you could see Karim Benzema tweeting after the match saying Real Madrid players kind of like underrated Barcelona. You could see Vinicius and Casemiro playing video game by 4 a.m., telling him that this is a merciless Barcelona. And because they were like 15 points ahead, so there wasn't really much at stake, but they were so surprised because they were well beaten.
But
was
in
the
this
first time.
in this competition now, in this battle between these two teams, I don't think there'll be any complacency.
Yes, no, definitely. But when it comes to Nigeria, I think sometimes we always get complacent because if we look back to the Nations Cup and the match which we lost to Tunisia, you could see that in the minute when we lost our concentration at the beginning of the first half, that was exactly what cost us the game.
Well,
And
sorry to cut you there, Handy. I think for every
yeah.
Nigerian, any African team they are facing, every Nigerian expects Nigeria to beat them. It's just like a normal thing. I think it's like the ego Nigerians have.
Yes, that's true also.
Yeah.
But that's true. But I don't want to take out the fact that, to me, and I don't know about you guys, but I also had this feeling that Nigerians kind of like underestimated Tunisia in a little bit, because I feel they felt that they had conquered the Pharaohs of Egypt, and we won the group stage with 9 points. So heading into the knockout phase, I feel they felt like this is where they needed to get their momentum back, but not looking at what Tunisia was going to bring on the table. Because mind you, this Ghanaian team, as we're saying right now, is a team that has really been hurt, and it's a team that naturally they are one of the giants when it comes to football in Africa, and they haven't really been that of recent. So this might be a statement win that the Ghanaians might need to make to do in order for others to know that the Ghanaian teams are actually back.
Okay.
So we should not take anything for granted, and we should always know that the match is very important for both teams.
Now, I'm very sure the guys will not be taking it for granted. I mean, after what happened against them, Tunisia, they wouldn't. So now, Everson, he has said something about the coaches. This is like a do or die affair for both coaches. It's more or less like a make or break moment for them. Eguavon has been always looking for a way to be the main coach for Nigeria for a while, for a long time. And he's not really had that chance to be there for long. 2006, he was there, but not for very long. So he's trying to cement his position there. And it looks like to me like someone who has a good prospect as a coach. I mean, he was interviewed recently and asked what kind of pattern does he like, and then he likened his pattern to Pep Guardiola. So let's hope we get to see that in the long run. But for the Ghanaian coach too, it's almost the same thing. Although they have the former Brighton manager there as a technical advisor.
Yes, technical advisor.
We don't know if he's going to take over in the future. Yeah, but for now, for the two of them, it's the same thing. Okay, all right. Now, I know these two managers is like a make or break moment for both of them. But let's talk about the tactical aspect of the game now. On the squad list, Nigeria brought 7 strikers. What's it first? Mute your audio, Everson. But you can hear me, Abby? Okay, when I'm done talking, when you want to talk, you just open the audio. You understand? Okay. Now, for both teams now, it's like a make or break moment for both managers. But let's focus on the tactics right now. Something caught my attention in the squad list. I think Ghana they brought about 7 defenders, while Nigeria had 7 strikers. So does that mean the Ghanaians are going to sit back and want to counter Nigeria? Or do you think with all the strikers Nigeria has, Nigeria will still sit back and counter Ghana? I mean, what do you think? How do you see this playing out tactically, Everson?
Well, I don't know. Even if you have 7 defenders or you have 7 strikers, you can only field 11 players on the field. And you have defenders, you have midfielders, and then you have attackers as well. So I don't know the idea behind the 7 defenders from the Ghanaians and the idea behind the 7 strikers from Nigeria. So I can't really tell, but it has to do with whatever plans you have at the end of the day. It's one thing for you as a manager to come up with the right tactics and psych the boys. It's another thing for the players themselves to get in there and get the job done. Because you can only do your best as a manager from the sideline.
So if you were the Nigerian manager now, how do you attack this game? Okay. How do you approach it?
I think I'll be a little bit cautious because the Guardians have done a lot of mind games. I mean, delaying their lists and all the things that have been happening. Their FA chairman came out to say Nigeria are young, junior boys, young boys, or whatsoever. I can't remember the word he used exactly. And so you have to be a bit cautious. We don't know a lot of these Ghanaian players. Some of them are new to the national team. We're not too sure of their skill set. We're not too sure of their style. So it's actually difficult to. I'm not sure we've done a lot of scouting about their players individually for us to say we can match this, we can match that, and all that. So I think we should use a more cautious approach. You know, our defenders for some time now have not had the best of season. Some of them have not really played a lot of games. Balogun was injured. Trustakon was also injured as well. And I know that these are first team players. So they might likely start. So and with Wilfred Didi also out, I think we should be a bit more cautious. We have a midfield that will protect the back four or the back five or the back three as the case may be. We might not necessarily defend to counter them, but let's just be a bit cautious. Not just we're not playing one of those very small African teams where you just go out to beat them 3-0, 4-0 because we have a lot of attacking players. So we should respect them. If you have a very solid midfield that can deal with the likes of Partey. Partey is a man in form. You have to look for a way to stop him. And so we should be cautious. And then after the first 15, 20 minutes, we have a clear idea of what these Ghanaians are coming out today. I'm very sure they want to attack. They are playing at home. They want to surprise us. They want to come all out. They know very well that most of our defenders lack pace. So they might want to take advantage of that. So if we can stop them in the first 15 to 20 minutes, we have a clear idea of what they want to do. And then this is when our attacking players can all begin to raise their game and see how we can get a goal or two and come out victorious after the first game.
All right, now you talk about Thomas Partey. We've seen him in the Premier League. I think for a couple of months, he has been really, really good, very good on the ball. And most times, even the way Arsenal play, you see Granit Xhaka playing forward, and Partey is like the anchor man in the midfield, and he plays like central midfield and defensive midfield together, more like his nickname, the Octopus. He covers everywhere. Indeed, he's not going to be there. Who comes in? Etebo has not been playing lately. So who do you think is the best to match Thomas Partey? Who do you think is the solution for Partey?
Basically, to me, I genuinely feel Onyeka can do the job.
Frank Onyeka
Frank Onyeka has been very vital to Brentford's season so far. And it's just because when it comes to class, indeed he stands out ahead of Frank Onyeka. But it doesn't mean Onyeka is not up to the task. Do you understand? So I feel Frank Onyeka, pairing him with Joe Aribo in the midfield, in the middle of the park there, he's going to be able to do most of the dirty work that indeed he could do. Do you understand? I think he's up for the match. And I am sorry, with all due respect to Etebo, I don't think Etebo even should have been in this team. Because when you look at the stats for his club, it doesn't really tell you so well with the injuries he's been having too.
All right, now let's leave the midfield.
If I can disagree a little bit with Andy before we continue very briefly.
As usual.
Onyeka has been good, but Onyeka is not a defensive midfielder. Onyeka is more of a box-to-box midfielder. And I think for the past 3 or 4 months, he hasn't been starting games for Brentford. So I really don't know if he's in form or not. But Bonke, on the other hand, has been playing regularly, with Thierry Murphy in France. They've been playing regularly. And then we have Etebo that Andy is talking about. Etebo is one player that hardly disappoints in the national team. Sometimes you see him struggle. He's been going on loan from different clubs, Getafe, Stoke City, and all that. But when it comes to the national team, he's one player that is always very consistent. So for the manager to have invited him, it's probably because he has trust in him. But I don't know how well they are doing in training. So, well, let's just hope for the best.
All right. Okay. Disagreement there. I expected that, but I'm not giving you guys room for the debate. Let's leave that till after the first leg. Now, quickly, like in 1 minute now, let's talk about the forward position now. Seven forwards for Nigeria. How do you integrate Lookman, Dennis, Chukwueze, Iheanacho, Igalo, Osimhen? Who do you start? Andy.
Well, for me, I don't think it's going to be easy when it comes to selecting who starts for Nigeria. But we all know that we missed Osimhen's presence in the National Cup. Definitely, I feel Nigerians, every Nigerian should. I think when I speak for almost every Nigerian that Osimhen is our main focal point, our striker when it comes to the Nigerian national team at this moment. And Osimhen should definitely get the nod ahead of every other player
So
when
do
it
you
comes
think
to starting.
you have 3 at the front or just 2 at the front?
No, I think we're going to have 3 strikers. We need
And
to
who would
play
they be?
4-3.
Who would they be?
Yeah, I think we should start with Lukman, Osimhen, and Samuel.
So what about Moses Simon?
Well, Moses Simon has this very direct style of play that I really love. And I feel his energy might really help us out throughout the second half. You understand? When we might be able to, probably if we're not even losing, or we might be drawing or winning the game, Moses Simon can be that player that holds up the ball up front and get to win most of those fouls that we might need.
So you rather play Lukman, who's playing for his first time in that kind of derby?
Of course, yes. It might be so much pressure. Yes, okay. I think, and that's the kind of match that he needs to stand up and kickstart his Nigerian career immediately.
All right, no problem. Now, quickly now, Everson, who do we have in goal now? Maduka Okoye has been out with COVID. So in goal, who do we have in goal?
He has to be Uzoho.
He has to be Uzoho. His choice. I mean, he's been in the team. He's the second choice goalkeeper. So he has to be Uzoho. There's no way you don't expect me to just let Andy pick the forward and not having a reason to argue. I have to argue.
Okay.
I don't think we're looking at that. This is a very big game. It's not a game for tryouts. I mean, you don't just get your debut in this kind of game. Moses was our best player at outcome. There's no way. There's no way we're going to bench Moses and start Lukman. I don't think
for you.
Osimhen has to start. Moses has to start, and I think Emmanuel Dennis has so much to prove. I would like to see him start. Okay. Yes, that's the only new player I would like to see in the attack.
Okay. All right then, no problem then. So for the Ghanaians now, what do you think they can do to win this game?
You're expecting me to give the Ghanaian statistics to win my country.
I mean,
but for the purpose of analysis, I think if they can take advantage of the lack of pace from our central defenders, I think that would be a huge problem. With the absence of Ndidi, if they don't get enough protection, we'll be a little bit exposed because Balogun is just coming back from injury. Ekong is also just coming back he hasn't played enough. So if the Ghanaians are able to take advantage of the lack of pace at our back line, I think they can actually get a goal or 2, but I hope not.
Right. Okay. Now I'm handy.
And for
quickly.
me, sorry. I was just going to add a single point to that. I think Nigerians should be very much aware of that Afena Gyan, the AS Roma teenager. Yes,
forward. He's very, very fast.
Yes, he has a darting pace, and he should really be someone that we should be looking out for. In as much as Andre Ayew is not going to be present, I think Afena Gyan should serve as a bigger threat than Jordan Ayew.
All right, no problem then. It's a big shame that we won't be seeing the likes of Iwobi and Ayew. But I think it's going to be a very interesting match. Okay, guys, let's leave it at that. But I just want to get your full-time prediction quickly in 30 seconds.
The first leg?
Yeah, first leg. Full-time prediction.
Let's start with Everson.
Quickly.
Are you scared? Okay, Everson is predicting a 2-1 victory for Nigeria.
Okay, you?
Wow. You see, I genuinely wanted Everson to start because we generally don't agree. And it's so painful that he had to just read my mind. So since he has gone for a 2-1 Nigeria win, I'm going to settle for a 1-1 draw.
Okay.
So that we end the match here in Nigeria and win.
All right, no problem then. For me, then I would say it's going to be a 1-0 Nigerian win, or it's going to be a 0-0. I'm just saying that because I'm adding my bias to that, but I think it's going to be a really tight game. We're not going to see end-to-end attack that much because both teams are going to be pragmatic because they're going to be very, very cautious. Okay, guys, that's all we have for today on Soft Sports TV. Thank you, Everson. Thank you, Handy. And I'll see you after the first leg. Okay. And guys, thank you so much for subscribing to this channel once more. Oh, Eversam, we're losing your lights there, but no problem.
Of course, I was just about to say, well, sorry that Eversam has become Dark Vader.
Yeah, he's the black star. He's the black star of Ghana.
No, but this time black stars are not getting it.
Okay, no problem, guys. All right, subscribe to this channel if you haven't, and please drop your comments. Let me see your predictions, okay? And see you next time. Bye, guys.